Hi there, it's Tammy here. We're going to do another little activity with our pattern cards. And what we're going to do today is a pattern mandala. So this one I just used one colored pencil, green colored pencil and a black pencil. You could make one that's more colorful, or you could even do something that's like a color wheel kind of idea. I'm going to show you one today. This is the grid that I've come up with so far, and I'll show you how to do that. If you want, you can start with a square piece of paper and do your measurements using a set of compass and stuff, but I'm going to show you my quick and easy way to do it. So have a bunch of circle shapes ready. You're going to trace the largest one first. There's my big one. You could use a plate or a pot lid or something like that. I've also got, let's go with this one next, a yogurt lid. And when I trace this, before I trace it, I'm going to look all the way around here and see if this is roughly the same space all the way around so that I know it's reasonably centered. Another great lid tracer is one of these lids. Again, I just have a look around. It's like, yeah, that's all about the same distance. Doesn't have to be perfectly centered. So 3 circles is plenty, but you can do another one if you like. Actually, I'm going to use my tea light. Find it a little easier to hold it down. I don't think I got this guy super centered, but again, that's okay. Another thing you could use is a masking tape roll. I'm sure you'll think of stuff, a glass, a cup, and then you're just going to eyeball where the center is. And I should say this might be a 2-part video. We'll see if my camera turns off while I'm doing this. So after I've eyeballed center, and one of the things when you put that dot in the center, just turn your page around and see, does it still look centered from every angle? And if not, just draw it again. I'm going to divide the circle into 8 sections, but to start, we'll divide it in half and then into 4. So I'm lining up the straight edge of my ruler with the edge of my page here and going through the center dot. So there's our first line, and then we'll divide it in half this way. Again, I'm lining up the edge of the ruler with the edge of the page just to keep my my angle reasonably straight here. It's not really a T-square, but we're kind of using it like a T-square. So now we've divided it into quarters. If you look straight on, those are fairly equal quarters. This guy here looks a little bit bigger, but that's okay. From my camera angle, it ends up a little bit skewed. Then what I do is I look at this circle here, the center circle, and I just put a mark where I think halfway is at this quarter. And again, here and here and here, dividing those in half. And then I'm going to take my ruler. I'm going through that dot, and the center dot, lining those up. You can draw these lines lightly and check them and then redraw them. Again, lining up those 3 dots. And if you look straight on at that, those are reasonably the same size. If you see it's really wonky, you might want to erase that line and just draw it where you need it to be. So now we've got those sections. I'm going to show you this one. So the first thing I did was I'm going to actually draw. I'm just fumbling because this one's actually 6. I did this one with 6 points, which is a little trickier, but we'll do it with 8. So I started here, and I'm going to divide these little sections in half again, because that's going to be the points for my triangles. Now I'm just doing this by hand. You can use a ruler, but I kind of like the quality you get by just drawing by hand. So wherever that dot is, that's going to be the point, the outside point of my star. So I'm starting here and going out, here and out. And you can actually make these curved lines instead of straight lines too. I'll do that with the next layer. So I'm trying to do them reasonably straight and fairly quickly, so this video doesn't take too long. And now I'm going to connect this point and this point are going to be my base, and then my point, my outer point is going to be here. And I'm going to make these curves, so I'm going to curve them this way. I find the easiest thing to do is just go around the page. Just keep turning your page, going around. Now I've done a gazillion mandalas because I find them really relaxing and meditative. So I don't get too confused, but sometimes I do. I'm like, what am I connecting to what? But the more you do them, the faster you get at them. So you can see when you make these curved lines, they end up looking maybe a bit more like petals. And now we're going to add another layer of these petal or triangle shapes. Again, I'm just eyeballing the middle of these sections and putting a little mark there so I know what I'm connecting to. You could actually use your ruler if you wanted. If you line up this dot and this dot through the center, that's where your points are going to be. You'll figure it out pretty quickly if you try to draw a line through the center where they are, but I'm doing the shortcut method. And this one, I'm going to connect those tips to this middle. I'm going to curve my line the other way. Oh, there, now you can see it. And just like before, I'm just spinning my page around. And then each of these sections, you can use every line and make them small little sections and fill them with patterns. You can fill them all with different patterns. You can do kind of a symmetrical thing. You can do the inner circle with one pattern and the outer circle with another. I'll show you that picture again. So what I did here was these two, I did the same pattern. These two, I did the same pattern. And then I did the sun and the moon, what I think of as the top and the bottom. So I'll pull a pattern card. Now I could erase all these sections, which is what I'm going to do, and just have one circle in the center. And I'm just going to put the tulip in the center. There, that was quick and easy. Now these circles, that's the next card I pulled. I'm going to erase this and make this into my section for concentric circles. And what the mood I'm in right now, I would like all my petals to look like this. So I would continue going around the circle, filling all of those in, because I'm in a flower kind of mood, I guess. But you could do every single one different, or you could alternate. Totally up to you. Have fun with it. I'm looking at this and I'm thinking I'm actually going to, when I color, I'm just going to color this whole section one solid color, and then I'm going to do a similar color here, like if that's blue, and maybe that will be lighter blue. So for these sections, I'm going to add my daisies because I just pulled that card. And I don't want this line here. So you can choose whatever shapes you want to keep, right? Add some more daisy petals in there. And I think what I'll do this time is every other section. So this section, I'm going to put something else. I'll put my daisies in here again. And when this is done, I will take a picture of it. I'm not going to make you sit here while I take a while to finish it, and post it with this. So the next pattern card I pulled is spider web. And that's perfect for this. I'm going to keep this line for that because I'm just going to go out, add my spidery web lines. that's neat how they all kind of fit with the flower idea. And so I'm going to alternate the daisies and the spider webs, the daisies and the spider webs. If you know somebody who's into gardening and isn't terrified of spiders, this might end up being a nice card for them. So that's it for that guy. You can play around, you can make different shapes and different sections. The mandala thing is great fun. And you can also add like some squares in there too, right? Instead of circles, but the circles are nice. And I hope you enjoyed that. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.